You wake up, normal. Nothing wrong, nothing unusual. And then suddenly, everyone starts getting on your nerves. The way someone talks, the way someone texts. Even small things start irritating you. People you usually like feel annoying. You don't want to reply. You don't want to talk. You don't even want to be around anyone. And the weird part? There's no clear reason. No one did anything serious. Nothing actually happened. But still, you feel like this. Almost like you just don't like people today. And right here is where most people get it wrong. They think something is wrong with them. Or worse, they start thinking something is wrong with everyone else. But neither is true. What's actually happening is much simpler and a lot more mechanical. Your brain is overloaded. Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet way. Throughout the day, you're constantly processing things. Messages, conversations, decisions, expectations. Even when you're just scrolling, your brain is still working. It's filtering, comparing, reacting, and at some point, it hits a limit. When that happens, even normal interaction starts to feel like pressure. Someone talking to you doesn't feel neutral anymore. It feels like effort. Replying to a message doesn't feel small. It feels like a task. So your brain does something very specific. It starts reducing input. And the fastest way to reduce input is to make people feel annoying. Because if they feel annoying, you naturally pull away. No force required. Now here's where it gets more interesting. Sometimes it's not just overload. It's leftover emotion. Something earlier in your day didn't sit right. Maybe a small comment. Maybe something didn't go your way. Maybe something you ignored. But your brain didn't ignore it. It stored it. And that unresolved emotion doesn't stay isolated. It spreads. So when someone talks to you later, you're not reacting just to them. You're reacting to everything that's already built up. That's why the reaction feels bigger than the situation. Then there's control. In real life, people are unpredictable. They interrupt. They misunderstand. They say things you didn't expect. And when your mental capacity is already low, that unpredictability feels like friction. So your brain tries to avoid it, not by logic, by feeling. It makes interaction feel irritating, so you step away from it. There's also something most people underestimate: social effort. Every interaction requires adjustment. You choose your words. You manage your tone. You think about how you're coming across. That takes energy. And when that energy runs low, your brain simply stops wanting to do it. So it labels interaction as not worth it, which again feels like irritation. And then there's one more layer: lack of space. If you haven't had enough time alone, your brain doesn't get a reset. And without a reset, everything stacks. Noise builds up. And eventually, anything extra feels like too much. So your brain creates distance. Not physically, emotionally, by making people feel annoying. But here's the part you need to understand clearly. You don't suddenly hate people. Your brain is just trying to protect its capacity. It's cutting down input, cutting down effort, cutting down stimulation. And irritation is just the tool it uses to do that. That's why forcing yourself to be social in that state usually backfires. Because you're pushing against what your brain is trying to regulate. Instead, the fix is simple. Not easy, but simple. Reduce input. Step away. Give yourself actual quiet. No constant scrolling. No forced interaction. Just space. Because once your brain resets, everything changes. The same people, the same conversations, the same environment. But now, it doesn't feel heavy anymore. And that's when you realize it was never about them. It was always about your state,